All right. What's going on, guys? Jonathan
And Michael.
here for just a little retrospective, I guess.
In celebration.
In celebration, yes. It has been about a week more or so.
9 days to be precise.
Yeah. 9 days ago was our 5-year anniversary for the YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And we put a little short video up earlier. You guys may have seen that, talking about it. And we had actually already shot a longer video, but we didn't like it, and we kind of rambled a little bit. It wasn't very coherent. So we're going to try again. We're going to do 3 parts to this, and
Break it up, make it a little more cleaner and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And just kind of go through some stuff.
Yep.
Just talking about what we've done. So
Yeah.
that we start with a little history of how we got started.
Yep.
So,
Go for it, history teacher.
oh, okay. It was,
Well, it all started out with I've got bad teeth, and I had to get some of them ripped out.
yeah.
Viciously. Like, you ever see that scene in Wild Things where she's like ripping out her own teeth? Yeah, it was nothing like that.
Yeah, this guy had to go in for to get his wisdom teeth removed, right?
Yep. All 4 of them, because it was blocking. It was blocking the room. I didn't need to get them taken out, but it was the only way they could do surgery on my mouth properly is to take them out. And they were in there perfectly straight, so I don't understand why, but whatever. I had to have them taken out
Yep.
so I can have surgery on my mouth. So I
And,
had to have surgery so I can have another surgery.
and this guy decided that he wanted to get a video camera and record himself all high and loopy after the surgery. So we did that. And we had talked about getting a video camera anyway, and maybe trying to do some stuff, maybe trying to record some stuff,
Mhm.
different things. We had some ideas. So we went ahead and did that, and those were our first videos that
Yep.
we uploaded April 18th, 2012.
Yep.
And just a couple of days after that, we recorded the commentary from him because he hadn't seen any of it. I shot it, I edited it myself.
And you edited it down to like about, what, 20 minutes-ish or so?
3 parts, each were about 8 to 10 minutes a piece. So it was about anywhere from like 24 to 30 minutes, something like that. I don't remember exactly.
But of course, there was like, what, an hour and a half of stuff?
Oh yeah. There was a lot because I basically kept the camera running from the time that we were leaving the doctor's office until a little bit after we got home.
Mm-hmm.
And I edited them, and we sat down and watched it. We pulled it up on YouTube on the TV, and I had the camera set up, and we watched it, and then I had him talk about each part after we watched it.
Right.
So there's 3 videos to the surgery and 3 reaction videos, and those were our first things.
Had we been smart enough and to be able to do it, we would have done picture-in-picture on that, so you can see what I'm actually reacting to.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of people have said, "Well, what are you saying? What's happening on the screen? It's so funny." So
Yeah. That's still something we haven't figured out 5 years later.
mm-hmm.
So.
But it is what it is. So
Yeah. And then after that, actually the next thing that we did after that
was the top 5.
Was the top 5 surprise list. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a note here about that. Our top 5 surprise list, the first one we put out was May 11th, so it was a little less than a month after that. And it was Michael's question. If you don't know, if you haven't seen any of our top 5 videos, basically we give each other top 5, whatever. Throw a question out there.
Random questions.
Random questions. We give each other 10 to 15 minutes to think about it, and then we turn the camera back on. And Michael's first one was top 5 bands that should be more popular than they are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of funny because one of the bands that you talk about in that is in this moment, and now they're one of the biggest rock bands in the world.
Wow.
You also talk about Steel Panther.
Well,
Of course.
Oh, because it hasn't rolled over. I wonder why it says 4 years ago, because it hadn't rolled over yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Jonathan's first top 5 surprise question was top 5 comic book characters,
Mm-hmm.
which was funny because we I think that was the day, we shot that in the afternoon because we were about to go do the Marvel Marathon.
Oh, yeah, before Avengers.
Yep.
Before the first Avengers. Yeah. That was a long day.
Yes, it was.
And then we started doing our PSAs after that.
Yeah.
Did 3 of them right in a row.
Yeah.
So
Because we got I don't know, just after that, it was just, after we did those PSAs, like the scripted stuff just kind of went away. We hadn't really had the inspiration to do it except for a failed experiment, which we'll talk about later.
yeah.
And yeah, it just seemed kind of hard to have time to come up with something scripted like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those were a lot more involved.
They really were. They really were. Plus, I started working a lot more regularly.
Yeah, because you didn't have a job at the time.
Yeah. So, but we did No Diving, Check Your Schedule, which is still my favorite one that we did. It didn't have the most views, but I thought it was the funniest one we did. And then Don't Answer the Phone, which was really messed up and weird. I was kind of in a dark place. I wrote that one. And you can tell that I wrote that one. Yeah. And then we started getting into what we actually, I think what our original plan was, which was to start doing movie reviews.
Right. Because the way it had happened was, like, we'd always watch something or a TV show or watch a movie or something like that, and we'd go outside and discuss it. We're like, well, why don't we just discuss this, like, with with the camera rolling? And so,
yeah, so we did that. So we got a camera. I started doing some reviews. We eventually did our first solo review. Our first solo review we uploaded on November 16th, 2012, and it was Magic Mike. And I started doing some, and we'll get into some of this when we get in the second part of this video. And we just
kind of took it from there.
Yeah. We had one more PSA that we did, but we mainly just kind of stuck to movie reviews, and we eventually started to get into videos about our collection.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we're at now, mainly focusing on the video collecting aspect of our channel more than anything.
Right.
But we're trying to get back to doing some reviews. It's just been hard to find time.
Yeah.
So
mostly this channel's been here in the past year and a half or 2 years or something like that. It's been mostly documenting our ever-growing collection, our ever-growing movie collection.
With some random
stuff thrown in there.
Random stuff thrown in, random reviews thrown in, but we do want to try to start getting back to that. But yeah.
Because the review aspect is fun, but it just takes time to actually have time to be able to sit down, watch a movie, then do the review on it. Since our work schedules have changed so much, we only have one day off a week. We have to try to get everything accomplished. In between this and our podcast, we've had to make sacrifices. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
We've sacrificed the channel in lieu of our podcasts, but we're going to work on making it a little more balanced.
Yeah, we're trying to find time to be able to put stuff in for both of them. I mean, so.
But you have to understand, for 4.5 years or something like that, for 4 years, 3.5, 4 years, this is all we did was the YouTube channel. So we're trying to branch out and hit more media and stuff.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so past 5 years, that's just it's kind of what it's been. And, this first part was, we just kind of wanted to give a little bit of a history of how we got started and things like that. And next up, I got some information on some analytics, when we started, all the different aspects of our channel and what our longest videos are, shortest videos, things like that. And so that's what we're going to be talking about next.
It's going to be a little dry, but it's going to be very informative.
Yeah.
And very interesting. So until
right.
then, see you next time.